Here we have verse 9 of the third chapter of the Gospel of John. We're in the midst of a well-known, famous conversation that takes place between Jesus of Nazareth and Nicodemus, who has come to him by night, inquiring more deeply into the significance of Christ. What's the explanation for him? And of course, Jesus has rather abruptly declared that he must be born again. Nicodemus, attaching to that the sense probably that this means some kind of radical renovation, wonders how that can take place when a person is old. And Jesus indicates that it's the work of God, and it's a sovereign work of God. Just as the wind more or less blows around sovereignly, we don't control it, we don't direct it, we can't even really tell where it's coming from, where it's going. In some ways, you find a similar kind of situation with respect to the spiritual wind, the pneuma, the breath of God that blows, as it were, where it wants, and the effects take place. But there's no way to compute humanly by fleshly means what exactly is the calculus by which this change can take place. Nicodemus is thoroughly flummoxed by all of this. Verse 9, epikrithe, from epikrinomai, he answered, aorist, it's an opponent verb, of course, Nicodemus. Nicodemus answered, kai apen, and said, third person singular, aorist active indicative, and said, auto, to him, dative case, pos, how, adverb, indeclinable, pos, dunetai, third person singular, from dunamai, I am able. How is it able? How can this be? Post dunatai tauta, these things. How is it able, these things? Genesthai. This is the aorist infinitive of genomai, to become. How can these things come to be, or how can they be? Nicodemus is here, of course, finally simply admitting his complete mystification by the things that Jesus has said. It doesn't seem to be an answer that is any sort of suggesting any kind of negative sentiment on the part of Nicodemus. He is, at this point, really, it seems, sincerely becoming a learner, sitting at the feet of Jesus of Nazareth and asking, how in the world can it be that the things that Jesus has just described could take place?